cannot be beat. Let's go. Hills on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hills! The goddamn line has been drawn. You're either on this side or you're on this side. How much does the team mean to you? I get a lot of lip service here. The team means a lot. Let's find out. Don't let it in. Hills on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hills! Let's go. Winners tonight, and this will be the greatest victory in the history of Wayne Hills all time. That's what I want you thinking about. Not what can happen, what can happen. This will go down as the biggest win you will ever talk about in your lives. And I know everyone, I'm looking at certain guys here, man, you know what? You might have been thinking, man, I need my shot. Tonight is your shot. This is the chance. And like Coach said, if you step up and you hit, and every play, you don't give up and you put up your best. Tonight's the night to do that.
We're a brotherhood. This is our family. Protect it. Lay everything on the line.
You've been through a lot. Make it worth it. All right? You've been through a lot. Make it worth it. That's all I say. Walk off this field tonight saying I did everything I could, because if you give us what you got, it'll be enough. You guys understand me? You gotta believe, fellas. You gotta believe. All right? Trust me. I love you. I wouldn't trade one of you. Let's go! Let's go! Hills on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nick, as the youngest of 3 brothers to come through this program, explain a little bit about how the word family applies to Wayne Hills football.
Well, you know, family and Wayne Hills football are like ties. They come together. I built relationships with my teammates, and now that I consider them my brothers from when I was a freshman and even with the Wayne PAL. But my brothers, when I started playing football here, they were proud of me because they knew I would try to do my best in every way. And when we were playing Hackensack for our first season opener, they both wrote letters to me that were very emotional, and my brother Danny actually brought his senior jersey in, and he brought every aspect of surprise and love that I know that my teammates had for me and I had for them. And family is just one thing that Wayne Hills will always have in their program.
Justin, you waited 4 years to get your turn, and then you were thrust into action in Game 1 and had a major contribution to the team winning. Describe what it felt like to contribute to your team's success.
Well, it was a really hard gap to fill because I went in for Troy Zaffino, who got hurt, I believe, in the first quarter. And coming in, you know, it was tough that I had to put the game on my back in a way. But it felt really good to make a big contribution. I felt like I was really now part of the team, and I waited 4 years, and I did the best that I could with what I could do.
So here we go. Wayne Hills begins defense of their title season, taking on the Hackensack Comets on the road. To the first quarter, Hackensack has to punt out of their own end zone. And look where it goes, to the super senior, A. Money. And on his first touch of the season, watch Andrew Monahan into the end zone. Can you believe it? What a tone setter for the Patriots. Then midway through the second quarter, Wayne Hills trails, but here comes the super sophomore kicker Eric Martinez, a 30-yarder, and the Patriots had the lead once again. To the beginning of the third quarter, junior running back Christian Rodriguez. Watch C-Rod pounds through two Hackensack defenders and makes it 16-7 Wayne Hills. Patriots back on defense. Watch out for big number 72. Roberto Alvarez powers his way through the offensive line, and it's his second sack of the night. To the fourth quarter we go. Junior quarterback Kevin Olson. Watch the perfect screen pass to Robbie Schiller. Schiller doing his thing. 15 yards, sets up another Patriots touchdown. Then take a look at this. The Patriots weren't done yet. Justin Beveridge finds the empty hole, takes it in. It's a touchdown for Wayne Hills. And with that, Bev and the Patriots go to 1-0 with a 30-7 victory on the road against Hackensack.
Andrew, you really opened the season with a bang, scoring multiple touchdowns game after game and establishing yourself as one of North Jersey's top playmakers. Why could your teammates count on you to make big plays?
You know, I think growing up watching the program, you kind of see a trend start to develop every year. There's kind of a guy who kind of can associate with that team or that season, and it's usually the guy who makes the plays, and I think that's something I kind of bestowed upon myself to, you know, to put that trust in my guys that I'm going to be that guy who's going to step up at the big moments and try and do something big to turn the game around for us.
Bobby, when you see how much you've grown, not just physically, in the last 4 years, what do you attribute that to?
I attribute it a lot to the football program and Coach Olson, because he taught like many things, like dedication and like hard work, and I think it helped me grow as a person too, not just as like a player on the field.
It's week number 2 in the home opener up against Eastside. Things start out good. The handoff goes to Justin Beveridge, and watch Justin burst through the Ghost defense. It's a 22-yard gain. Then it's Olson looking to throw, drops back. A little screen pass to the shifty Andrew Monahan, and here he goes. Monahan finds a way. 16 yards into the end zone. The Patriots were up 7-0 early. And on this night, the defense was up for 2. Watch the read by senior linebacker Nick DeSico. Slick Nick has his first pick of the season. The offense would take advantage. Kevin Olson scrambles, looking downfield. Monahan goes up and gets it. Andrew Monahan gets it done. Wayne Hills was up 14-0. What a grab. To the second quarter, off the east side punt, Eric Moskal decides to pick it up. It was the right decision, because watch double sock Ernie. 60 yards later, he is heading for the house. The DS Express. What a punt return. It's another Wayne Hills touchdown. To the third quarter, Kevin Olson was finding his rhythm. And look who it is. The DS Express gets a little separation. It's another Wayne Hills touchdown. To the fourth quarter, give this one to the O-line. They paved the way. Beveridge does the rest. Wayne Hills, their second win of the season.
Corey, you've been on both sides now in what has become a big game annually between Hills and Valley. How did it feel to go out for the coin toss and come away with a win against what we assume are many of your friends?
Well, starting out last year, transferring here and everything, it was just a humongous game, and going out for the coin toss really meant a lot to me. Like, just the whole experience was really surreal, and it meant so much to me to go out for that. Playing the entire game against some of my former friends was just absolutely crazy, and I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life, and it was just a really great experience.
Justin, you and your twin brother Jason seem to be very close. How is it playing alongside of him and having such great success?
You know, it's really great that me and my brother get an opportunity to play not only in football but baseball, and this year the bowling team. You know, it really means a lot to my family, and that's really what Wayne Hills football is all about, is family. You know, everybody sticks together, works really hard, and it pays off in the end.
It's game number 3, the border battle. Here it is, Hills Valley. It's a Saturday night special. To the first quarter, Valley's first play of the game, and Roberto Alvarez forces the fumble. Nicky DeSico recovers it, and the Wayne Hills offense was ready to go. From here, the Pats go 36 toss, and Robbie Schiller has reservations for 6, and the Patriots go up 7-0. We move to the second quarter. Valley to punt, and they tempt fate by going Monahan's way. Andrew Monahan gets a crack, gets a block, and A-Money is on his horse. 81 yards later, the playmaker, Andrew Monahan, into the end zone. Spectacular. Still second quarter, Kevin Olson looking downfield. 35 yards later, Gignac. And Jeffrey, his first touchdown of the season. To the defense we go. And the senior Dom Santoro. Great penetration, got himself a sack. Back we go to the offense. KO takes a look. Who else? Andrew Monahan. Monahan's unbelievable start to the season would continue. Look at him. In stride, Andrew Monahan, unstoppable. From here, the ball control game would just take over. Dom Santoro breaking tackles for a huge game. And what Santoro starts, he finishes. Dom pounds his way in. The Patriots dominate Wayne Valley. 41-zip.
Matt, you turned into one of Wayne Hill's best sack masters of all time. Do you think sack on every snap, or is it just something that happens?
It's more or less something that happens, depending on the situation, whether it's a run or a pass situation. You got to play to the run, you got to play to the pass, and hopefully I can make a good play on every play.
To week number 4, it's October and the Patriots go Route 4 East to visit Teaneck. First quarter, Wayne Hills comes out fast. KO, scrambling to his right, throws a strike to Andrew Monahan, and Monahan does the rest. Wayne Hills on the board first. The Patriots then line up pro right. KO, mixing it up, finds Christian Rodriguez in the flat and runs it down to the goal line. From here, the Patriots go back on defense, and watch Manny Greenfield comes up with a sack. Greeny and the D would give it back to the offense. And then the big dog, Justin Avedisian. Watch this one, Pancake City. And Dom Santoro goes for a 30-yarder on this one. What a block by Avedisian. Then it's the Dom. Santoro gets the edge and walks it in for 6. Wayne Hill's defense had 2 shutouts in 3 games, make it 3 of 4. Nick DeSico flies through the line and tosses the carrier for a 2-yard loss. 34-0 Hills.
Dom, the Paramus game was your coming out party. You had 2 big touchdowns on a screen pass and a big interception. Describe those plays and how it felt to be a major contributor.
It feels really good to be one of the captains and contribute as much as I could. Pre-game, same thing happened when we were on defense. I picked the 96, scored, and felt really good to do that. And the screen felt real good too because we needed it, and it helped us come out on top.
We roll into week number 5. It's a home game up against the Spartans of Paramus. Early on in this one, Paramus looking to pass. It was a bad idea because Andrew Monahan has a read on the quarterback all the way. A-Money steps in front and has himself an interception. To the second quarter, Wayne Hill's up 3-0, and they're going 35 counter. Dom Santoro, and watch Dom. He just trucks the defender and keeps it going. Big play. And then it's Monahan again. Andrew Monahan, the guy who turns a little play into a big play off the bubble screen. Monahan looks like he has the first down, but he's not satisfied. Reverses field, and here he goes. Nobody will catch A-Money. 42 yards into the house, Wayne Hill's up 10-0. What a play. Still second quarter, and it looks like Paramus is driving, but the Wayne Hills defense jars the ball loose. And look who's on it. Slick Nick DeSico recovers it. Wayne Hills ball. Back to the Wayne Hills offense. KO buys some time with his feet. Then watch the off-balance throw. It's a 50-50 ball. No contest. It's Monahan. Andrew holds it in. It was 17-0 Patriots. What a catch. To the third quarter, and the Patriots waste no time. Their second drive of the half. The little flip to the senior tailback Dom Santoro. And watch number 21. Here we go. Santoro is loose. Forget about it. 57 yards later, it was 24-0 Wayne Hills. Paramus tries to get one back, but the Wayne Hills defense was coming. Night Train Lane, Joey Lane with the sack. And on the very next play, Paramus, they never see. Number 21. Watch the Dominator do it again. Santoro picks it off. And here we go again. Santoro is loose yet again. 64 yards. Dom with a pick six. Wayne Hills was rolling at 31-0.
Troy, the season was so promising for you in the beginning, and then you had that terrible injury. Ridgewood was your first game back. You had a great game. Describe your feelings on getting hurt and coming back to play.
Getting hurt this season was very hard, especially the first game, first quarter. Didn't really play that much this year, as expected. I worked so hard for 3 years for this opportunity. Finally, my senior year came. Finally got the starting role at tailback, filling in the shoes of Brian Dowling, which was a little challenging, but I was up for the challenge. Coming into the season, my ego was pretty high. I mean, I was excited. I was ready to get things rolling. When the injury came, things just went downhill from there for me. It made me feel like crap inside. Football has been my life since I've been born. I've grown up with it. I started playing when I was like 4 or 5. Never really got hurt through football or any sports. Honestly, the injury took a hit on me inside. For a couple weeks there, I was a little depressed. Wasn't the same person. Wasn't as happy. I didn't like coming to practice and watching because I just couldn't be out there with them. Coming to the games Friday nights, watching them all get pumped up during pregame, going out of the helmet, getting called out. I mean, that's what I look for. That's what people look forward to at Wayne Hills football. I mean, it hurt inside. I mean, I couldn't help out my teammates, my family that I've been with for 4 years. It felt like I wasn't helping them out to get where we needed to be. It was that state championship game. So I went to rehab, got my leg back better, stronger, so I was able to play with a brace. Around week 5, I think I came back with Ridgewood. And coach wasn't that sure if I was ready, but I knew in my head I was ready to go. And he gave me a couple shots during the game. My leg wasn't hurting me at all. I made one nice grab at like the 2-yard line for us to score. After that game, it made me a lot really happy. I mean, I was able to help out the team in a way, as I've been wanting to do for the full year. I just wanted to try to stay healthy and do what I could do, contribute to the team, get us back to that state championship game in Giant Stadium. I mean, coming back was like a turning point in my life. It proved that anything could be done, no matter what. Just hard work and dedication, that's all it takes. And that's what Wayne Hills football is all about.
Roberto, you were one of the 5 captains this year. What did it mean to you to be selected by your teammates to lead a perennial state championship team?
It meant a lot to me, working my butt off in the off season, getting where I am today. Like it really does mean a lot. After losing my dad sophomore year, I thought like my life was over. I had nothing to live for. Like I have nothing to like work for. And then football just brought me back up, and I worked my butt off to get where I am today.
To week number 6, the Patriots came into the game at a perfect 5-0 and were home for Ridgewood first quarter. It's 2nd down and 20, but it's no problem for KO. Olsen is on the mark on this one. Completes a 35-yarder to Monahan. That's a big first down. And then later in the drive, it's Olsen. Jump ball to who else? Number 1. Monahan holds it in, and this game was tied at 7. To the second quarter, the firm of Olsen and Goldstein, specializing in football excellence. And their defense was ready to go on this night against the Maroons. Here he comes, Dom Santoro from the backside on 3rd down. What a sack. It looks even better the second time around. A year ago, he was the most famous man in Old Tapan. Look who's back, Troy Safino. A 40-yarder that would set up a score. Attaboy, Troy. From here, C-Rod does not get denied. Christian Rodriguez gets a good block up front, finds some daylight, and punches in a score. Still third quarter. The Maroons try to make it happen. No chance. Dom Santoro again. Another sack on the night. To the fourth we go. Patriots in the red zone. And check out number 66, Corey Conforth. The lead block on the Wayne Hills patented gut play. Santoro is in. Patriots by 14. It all comes down to the defense. And watch Joe Lane, Thunder Joe, with the night train discount double check. Wayne Hills rolls to 6-0.
Christian, can you sum up 4 years of Wayne Hills football in a couple of words?
Wayne Hills football, the first thing that comes to mind is hard work, dedication, tradition. It's, you get to spend time with your teammates for the whole year round, whether it's lifting, running on the field, practice every day, and all these kids just turn to your best friends for life.
Mike, playing at the Meadowlands every year, people take that for granted. Describe the workload, summers, weight room, etc., that goes into assuring that the Patriots play in the finals every year.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do take the Meadowlands game for granted, but they really don't know how much work goes into it. All year round, you're working in the weight room, on the field, running, conditioning, whether it's 7-on-7s, lineman drills, whatever. You're always working for hours nonstop, and this is really what gets us to go to the Meadowlands every year. If we didn't work this hard, I don't even know where we would be.
To week number 7 we go. The Patriots are on the road at Bergen Tech, looking to go to 7-0. And early on in this one, it was the Dominator. Dom Santoro takes the first handoff and cuts it to the outside. It's a big 40-yard gain. From here, Kevin Olson would find his rhythm. Watch KO, looking for Moscow. And double sock Ernie hauls it in for the score. Olson would continue to impress. He was throwing it well. Mike Guarino and Guarino, a 35-yard touchdown into the second quarter, and Coach Olson expands the playbook. Perfectly designed screen pass to Dom Santoro. He will walk into the end zone. Wayne Hills touchdown. To the third quarter. It's the senior, Christian Let's Go Grab. And he comes up and delivers a beating on the running back. The tank brings it with a huge hit. Then it's Dom Santoro. A little shake, a little pound, into the end zone. Wayne Hills was in total control. And finally, fourth quarter, check out Mike Giannini. Oh, gee, leading the offensive line for the future. JVP, Jake Van Peenan, and the Patriots roll to 7 straight wins to open the year. It's a 49-0 shutout.
Jason, Ramapo, the Evil Empire. Give us a summary of your 4-year career at Hills, including your undefeated freshman squad, and how important it was to beat Ramapo every year.
Us against Ramapo, it's always been important. When you're growing up, 7th, 8th grade, those are the games you remember. You don't remember going to Hills playing like Northern Highlands, Old Pain. You don't remember those games. You remember Ramapo. It's always been a great rivalry. I know Corey's going to talk about how good the Wayne Valley Wayne Hills game was. Doesn't touch the Wayne Hills Ramapo game. It's just something special, Something you're going to remember for a long time. And for those people that don't play football, you can compare it to Canadians, Bruins, Yankees, Red Sox, that sort of thing around here.
The Patriots season would move to week number 8. Circle it on the schedule. It's Ramapo. Second quarter, Dom Santoro takes the handoff, and 20 yards later, the Dominator into the end zone. Later in the second quarter, Kevin Olson, off the play action, finds Eric Moscow, and watch Easy E pulls it in for a 35-yard pickup. From here, the sophomore kicker, Eric Martinez, on the mark is Eric. From 30 yards out, he nails it. This game moves to the third quarter, and Patriot football. Execution is the name of the game. Olson to Monahan, a wide receiver screen. You can't do it any better. A-Money does the rest. 40 yards later, he finds the end zone. Touchdown for Wayne Hills. What a play. From here, we go to the defense and watch Avedisian and Greenfield. It adds up to trouble for quarterbacks. It's a sack, and the ball is loose. Wayne Hills recovers it. What a play. To the third quarter, junior Christian Rodriguez gets the toss, and watch C-Rod shake it, break it. No chance for the defense. Into the end zone, 39-yard touchdown. But Christian wasn't done yet. To the fourth, and the Ramapo defense, They will never forget C-Rod on this night. It was his night. Again, he sheds all 11 on the other side. Next stop, end zone. Rodriguez and Wayne Hills in total control. All that was left was one more play by the D. Roberto Alvarez, Matty Greenfield. They will finish it off for the Patriots. Ramapo would learn. You mess with the Goldie Bull, you get the Goldie Horns. Hey, even Goldie can shed a block. Wayne Hills is perfect at 8-0.
Carbs, you earned a starting spot in the preseason and then got hurt against Piscataway. As tough as that was, I'm sure it was important for you to walk out with your parents on senior night. Describe the emotions of that evening for you and your family.
Senior night was very emotional for me and my family because it hit me that my 4 years at Wayne Hills was finally over before it really got a chance to start. And for my team, they all felt very emotional. They felt very pleased to be with their families, and it was just a very emotional night.
The calendar would turn to November. It's senior night against St. Joe's. And what a night for senior Nick Carbonelli. Back on the field with his teammates. Nick, you're a Patriot for life. And on 3rd and 5, Kevin Olson, doing it with his legs, scrambles out of the pocket and finds Andrew Monahan for a 25-yard connection. What a play by KO. And then on 4th down, the Patriots elect to kick. It's E-Mark, the super sophomore kicker. Eric Martinez tacks on 3. Into the second quarter, SJR drops back to pass, but they never see Mikey G. Guarino picks it off. What a play by Mike, and takes it into St. Joe's territory. Patriots defense would soon have their backs against the wall, and they send in their TW personnel. It pays off to the 4th quarter. On 3rd and 1, C-Rod gets a whole lot more. Watch Christian hits the hole, forget about it. 55-yard touchdown. But on this night, it's not enough. It's a bump in the road. The Patriots lose to parochial state champ, SJR.
Joe, you always seem to be having fun on the field. As tough as it was playing at Wayne Hills, were you able to have some fun? Give us an example of some funny times.
Before practice, when Wally J always names out what we're doing for specials, I always get a kick out of making fun of him a little bit. I mean, hanging around with St. Janice, making fun of him is always pretty fun. I mean, I always get a kick out of that, so does everybody else. Going to Chipotle in Belmont with the guys, I mean, we always laugh around, hanging around with each other. I mean, we're always having a good time. Good group of kids to be with. I had a blast this 4 years. I mean, it's unbelievable that it's over now. I mean, I just can't believe it. I mean, I go into college now, and I got to leave all these kids behind. I mean, I had a real good time, a real good 4 years here, and that's it.
To the second season we go, always and forever known as Wayne Hills time of year. The first round, Vernon. Wayne Hills offense comes out fast. Dom Santoro takes a handoff, goes left. 11 yards later, the Patriots had broken through. Patriots defense was also ready. Here comes Preston Quinn. P. Diddy picks it off and turns it over to the offense. On the next play, watch Kevin Olson running the show. Olson puts Gignac in motion and hits Jeff with a 22-yarder. Jeff spins off. Next stop was the end zone. It was 13-0 for the Patriots. This game would go to the second quarter. The Patriots already lead by 27. Enter Dom Santoro. And the Dominator, well, he's going to take it right to 34. Great blocking by the guys up front. He hits the second level and forget about it. 50 yards later, Dom Santoro and the Patriots are rolling. To the third quarter we go. Not much changes. Wayne Hills, a year they'll never forget up front. Again, they find a way to open the hole, and again, it's Santoro. Dom Santoro, 30 yards into the end zone. Wayne Hills is dominating this first-round playoff game. Just 1 quarter left in this first-round playoff game, and here comes the night train. Number 84, Joey Lane. And again, it's the patented night train discount double check. it was back. And from here, the offense would put this game away. And Nicky DeSico was paving the way by pounding Vernon. The toss goes to Robbie Schiller. Eric Moskal with a big block, and Schiller turns and burns for big yardage. From here, it's the return once again of TZ20. Troy Savino takes the handoff. Moskal once again with a big block. DeSico pounding away. And now, Troy Savino would prove that ACLs are overrated. Into the end zone. Hey, Sarge, the Patriots are moving on. 48-zip.
Garrett, plain and simple, was it all worth it, and why?
Was it all worth it? It was definitely worth it because from how much you learn from discipline to respect and all the friends that I've shared in this locker room and all the times down at the field, going to practices, triples, everything, all the dinners, winning states, everything was just amazing, and it's going to be a memory for life.
The season would move to the state semifinals. It's a Week 5 rematch, Wayne Hills-Paramus. The loser goes home. The ground game would open things up for Wayne Hills. Dom Santoro takes the handoff left, spins to the outside, and look at this. Dom is loose once again. The Dominator, 63 yards into the end zone. It was 7-0 for Wayne Hills. We move to the second quarter. Paramus to punt. And short punts are all Monahan. Watch the playmaker. Picks up the hop and is on the hop. Andrew Monahan would take this inside the Paramus 10-yard line. 2 plays later, it's Easy E. Eric Moskal into the end zone. Great blocking up front, and it was 17-7 for Wayne Hills. To the third quarter, Paramus goes shovel pass. Joe Lane goes and gets it. Look at Joe, the anticipation. Night Train continues to be a nightmare. Still third quarter, and the Patriots offense puts it away. Robbie Schiller runs left, gets around the corner, and watch Rockin' Robbie Schiller do his thing. The Jolton Jr., 65 yards down the sideline, and the Patriots were in total control. Paramus would try to get something going, but when you're up against the North Jersey Defensive Player of the Year, it's not easy. Night Train Lane, Joey Lane on the sack. This game moves to the fourth quarter. KO was dictating and directing. Watch Olsen, find Monahan. Monahan spins off, takes another 5 yards into the end zone. Spectacular. Kevin Olsen can throw it. Kevin Olsen can run it on the keeper. Watch one of the best juniors in America. Recognizes it's not there. He will do the rest. Olsen and Wayne Hills were going to the state finals.
Mike, you had the state title clinching interception against Devin Fuller in Old Tappan. When the ball was in the air, what was going through your head? And then after you caught it, what were you thinking?
I mean, when I saw the ball, I knew I was in the perfect position to catch it, and everything just went into like slow motion. And then when I caught it, I was really excited, and I almost ran to the end zone, but I heard Justin Avedisian call my name to fall down. It just felt good picking off like an All-American's last pass in Devin Fuller.
Jeff, it seems like you became a star overnight after your performance in the state finals. How cool was that? And why do you think you were able to have that kind of performance that night?
How cool was it? It was awesome. I got the chance to start in the state championship game, like any other person would want that. And coming out of the tunnel and hearing all the boos was just motivation to just to win and to fight for the state championship. And we all knew that coming into it, it wasn't going to be easy, but we had to come together as a family and prove ourselves and show that we are Wayne Hills. And it was also cool, getting all the interviews and stuff like that, but just being a part of it and being part of the team and knowing that I was a contribution to the state championship win was enough for me. And during practice we
like, you know, coach always said to me, like, you know, this is going to be your week. You just have to concentrate, and you have to motivate everyone else and get everyone hyped up. And I just had to step up to the occasion, and I knew that if I did and I showed my true potential in the moment in the state championship, that I would be fine.
So it all comes down to this: December football. After 15 days of practice, no one will ever forget. The Patriots in their home away from home, the state finals, for the 14th time in the last 15 years. Pure New Jersey football dominance. And it's old to pan again. A year ago, it was miraculous. This time, solidarity would rule. Into the first quarter we go. Wayne Hill's in possession, and Kevin Olson, back to pass, feels some of the pressure, and when he's flushed out, Olson turns and burns for a positive 9-yard gain. To the second quarter, Old Tappan's quarterback Devin Fuller looks downfield, but he never sees P. Diddy. Preston Quinn, the junior, with a huge interception to give the Patriots the ball. Wayne Hill's next drive, Kevin Olson looks downfield. It's Jeff Gignac. And what would continue to be a huge night for Olson and Gignac. The game would move to the third quarter. Wayne Hills is down by 12 and led by All-State Ave. Number 75 blocking up front. The captain is loose. Dom Santoro, 40 yards on this one. And the Patriots offense is in business. Same drive. It's Olson. Deep ball down the middle. Look at Gignac. Go up and get it. A few plays later, on the biggest fourth down of the season, look who it is. Olson. Quick slant. Gignac. And the drive and the season is alive. And just a few plays later, in his signature performance for his career, Gignac, fly toss, and look at him go. The Patriots had broken through. They were on the board and only trailed by 5. It is still late third quarter, and the Patriots defense would deliver. Fuller on the keeper, but it's all to the ball for the Patriot defense, and it is loose. Junior Kyle Hunsinger is on it. Wayne Hills recovers. To the fourth quarter, nothing changes. Again, Old Tappan, the quick out. But watch the hit on the ball carrier, and it comes loose once again. The Patriots take it away. So with under 4 minutes to go, the drive was still alive. Patriots down 5. It's Olson to Eric Moskal for 10 yards, which sets up a moment in Wayne Hill's history for one Jeff Gignac.
Jeff, the catch there at the end of the game, towards the end of the game. Take us through it. What was going through your mind? What were you feeling?
Well, we knew we didn't have a lot of time on the clock. We were, we were under pressure, and coach came in and he told us, pro right, 36 flood. And when I got up to the line, it was me and Fuller. It was one-on-one, and I knew the routes. All of them were to the right side, and it was just me and him. And I was going for a post day, and Kevin points to the end zone, and I go to the corner, and I just I try to fake some kind of move just to for him to lose sight of me, and he lost track of me, and I went up and I caught the ball and in the corner of the end zone.
So here we go. Watch one of America's top junior quarterbacks, KO, Kevin Olson, directing, lays the ball out in the only place it could be, and it's Gignac, Jeff Gignac, in the catch, heard round Wayne, and the Patriots had taken the lead. They would go for 2, and they would get it. Mike Garino, and Wayne Hills has their first lead of the game. And with under 3 minutes to go, Old Tappan would turn to Devin Fuller, the All-American, who was trying to beat Wayne Hills for the first time in his career, looking for some room, and he finds it, but he never sees Kyle Hunsinger, and Hunsinger lets Fuller know it is not going to be easy. Old Tappan would keep the ball in the hands of New Jersey's reigning player of the year, but the Patriots defense was ready, and they would take the ball away again. It's a fumble, and Wayne Hills is on it. Moskal recovers. It would come down to the final seconds. Last chance for Old Tappan. Fuller would let it fly, but Mike Garino has it in his sights, and that is it. It's a game-ending, season-ending, interception for Mikey G, and the maestro, Chris Olsen, who once again proves that no matter what stands in the way of the Patriots of Wayne Hills, nothing is bigger, nothing is better than team. Wayne Hills are champions once again.